This mascara is the best mascara that I have ever tried. If you want length, volume, and curl, you gotta check this one out. So I did a thing, guys. I bought all of the Clio Kill Lash mascaras. Now there are 2, 4, 6, 7. I wish there was 8 just to even it out, because you guys know I love even numbers and just comparing them like side by side. The first one that I discovered was the end of last year, and it was the long curling mascara in black. It completely changed my life, which sounds very extreme, but truly I haven't found a mascara like this, that looks like this, that gives me everything that I'm looking for in one mascara. Sometimes I have to use 2 mascaras, use a primer, and do all of this. But when you can achieve it in just one product, that to me is the best of the best. For anyone who is new here, my name is May and I create fashion and beauty content, and one of the things that I like to test out are mascaras. Something about them, and I think it's because of my features and my oily skin and what I'm dealing with every day, finding mascara is probably the hardest makeup product for me. And then after that, I would say is eyeliner. And I would say throughout all my videos that I've produced in these last 3 years or so, I have found some amazing gems, and some of them are quite affordable. So when I discovered this brand, this mascara, I was hooked. So a few months ago, I bought all the mascaras, so I've been slowly testing them out. If you've seen any of my other mascara reviews, I'll leave that playlist up here if you're curious, and I'll also have it at the end card. Then you would know I like to do a wear test. I like to really see how it looks throughout the day. But also, the kicker with mascaras is that when you first open it, typically it's going to be very wet. And usually I'm not looking for something like that, because then I already know it's going to drop my curl very quickly. So I like to give a good fighting chance whenever I try out new mascaras. So you usually won't see a first impression of me trying out mascara. As far as more of like an in-depth review, again, I like to wait ideally a week, maybe even 2. These I've been using for months, so I have really good sense on the differences and the similarities. So this video is more so focusing on the differences between these mascaras and the similarities and the different shades that they offer, because I haven't seen anyone create a video just focusing on that. And even the chart that they provide on the Clio website, if you buy it off like Stylevana or Amazon, sometimes they'll provide this chart, which I'll have it up here. I think I'll probably pop it up throughout this video. It's really hard to tell the difference between the different mascaras and what they do to your lashes. It was really hard for me to even tell. Even the 2 brown mascaras, they look the exact same, when you guys will see later on they actually look pretty different. Let's just get into the battle. I tried to pair the mascaras where it made more sense, so like the 2 brown mascaras, the 2 volume mascaras, tried to keep it like that so it would be a better comparison. Hopefully that's helpful for you guys, but definitely let me know, because I'm very new to Clio, what other products should I try from them? Because if they can make an amazing mascara or mascaras, then I gotta check out the rest of the brand. We might as well get into their 2 brown mascaras. We have the regular brown on the right eye, and we have the rose brown on the left eye. Now both of these are long curling, and if you guys have seen my previous videos, you guys know I love the long curling one. That one was my first love, so I had to check out their other shades. I remember one of my subscribers mentioning like, you gotta check out the brown version. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. And then months later, I finally did. I really love brown mascaras. There's just something about them that's so natural looking, really beautiful, whether you go for more of like a mid-tone, more of like a brown black, it just tends to look a little more natural looking. This is something that I would look into. It's perfect for you guys, but especially for people with lighter features. Both of these mascaras have a slight curve, which I really like. Usually American brands, the curve is quite bigger, I would say, and also the mascaras tend to be overall a bit bigger. So this to me is like the perfect amount of curve, if you know what I mean. This mascara gives me a natural look. It gives me length. It gives me curl, which was a great surprise when I first discovered it. Now it doesn't give me volume, which I wasn't really expecting that since it's called long curling, but you can definitely layer it up, make it even a little bit longer. And I just overall love the look of it. It's my go-to everyday mascara, whether I'm using the brown one, whether I'm using the black one. I love both of them equally. And I feel like some of you guys are gonna ask me in the comments, this is a more mid-tone brown. Like it actually looks brown on my eyes. Whereas some other brown mascaras, they almost look basically black. This one is truly a brown mid-tone mascara. Onto the rose brown on the left eye. This was a pleasant surprise because on on the chart, I really couldn't tell the difference between brown and rose brown. It looked basically the same. But when you guys see it side by side, you can actually see that rosy hint. And it's so pretty. If you have lighter eyes, hazel or green, I think this is going to make your eyes really pop with this color. There's just something so pretty about it, but also it's still very natural looking. It's not like a blue mascara when you wear it. It's more intense and like in your face, where this rosy tone, it's more subtle. So again, just like the brown long curling mascara, it gives me length, it gives me curl, really beautiful, very natural looking. When I was filming all these clips for you in the span of a couple of weeks, I wore this mascara on a hike with my friend, and the first thing she noticed was this mascara and how pretty it was. So if you want something just a little bit different, not brown, not black, but not blue, but just something that's a bit eye-catching but still subtle, I would check out this one. I thought these two would be a good side-by-side battle. So we have on the right eye the black long curling, and on the left eye is the volume curling in black. It can get very confusing if you're looking at me and you're seeing these bottles where it's like they're red, all black. Like, it is so confusing, truly. When I'm on the website, I'm just like so overwhelmed. Long curling, slim fixing, volume extreme. Like, it's just, it's too much. So again, hoping this video is helpful. But the long curling in black, same effect as the brown and the rose brown. So it's going to give you that natural look. It's going to give you that beautiful length, that curl that we're all looking for. And this, and I've said it already, was my first love. Now this is my second bottle. I wanted a fresh one for this video because I was just like, I want to make sure that I still feel the same way, you know, with a new bottle. And I definitely do. By far my favorite one. This one I've used the most, but I've also had it the longest, even though this is my second bottle. I find I gravitate towards this one the most, and then another one that I'll be talking about a little bit later. And I would also like to mention that I didn't say earlier, as far as like the long curling one, when you add the second coat, it gives more of a wispy look. So if you like that, that's the one I would recommend. So the volume curling has a straight brush, but it is slightly wider in the middle compared to the long curling one where it was a slight curve. The width is more or less the same, but it's just something that I noticed. Now you guys just saw I did the long curling on my right eye, but now look at the volume curling. You really see that volume, that thickness, and by the second coat you even see more volume. And then of course we have that beautiful curl. I can't believe we're already halfway done. This video is going so fast. I hope you guys are enjoying it. So now the next comparison. On the right eye we have the sleek volume, and on the left eye we have the extreme volume. Truly, what is the difference besides the packaging? But again, online you wouldn't even be able to tell the packaging difference. So the sleek volume looks exactly like the other ones as far as like the outer packaging, but the extreme volume has this shine to it and has this slip, which I thought was really interesting, just to differentiate it from the rest of them. For the sleek volume, it has a slightly curved brush, just like the long curling one, but overall the width is thicker when comparing it to the long curling and the volume curling. Now it creates a spidery look as you add on more layers. So if you don't like that, I would not recommend this one. It can get a little clumpy, so sometimes I will go in with this tool. I'll link it down below just to comb it out a bit so I can add that second coat a bit easier. And if it gets a little too clumpy, a little too spidery, you can do that. But if you like that look, I think you'll like this one. We get the volume, we get the curl, we get the length. So if you want something a little more like you're wearing fake lashes, I would do this one. So when I'm going for a more dramatic look and I'm not wearing fake lashes, or I want them to blend a little bit better with my fake lashes, I love this one. Besides the long curling one, I would say this one is my second favorite. I just love these two mascaras. I'm so obsessed, and I'm so grateful that I found them. To the extreme side on my left eye. Now this has a bigger brush. It's actually the biggest brush out of all of them. You guys know how I feel about bigger brushes. I tend to make a mess. I can't go quickly. I have to go so slow, and it's harder to get the inner and outer lashes. It's just not my go-to. Although they say this is extreme, I don't find it to be extreme at all. As you guys can see, the formula is really wet comparatively to all of the other ones. Even the last one that I'll be talking about after this. It's so wet that I just can't hold my lashes up. And over time, my lashes will just gradually drop, which is very unfortunate because that's not the experience to the other mascara. It gives you length, it gives you some volume. You can see this lifting effect, but it's not a curl in my opinion. And again, it's gonna drop hours later. Extreme volume is my least favorite. And my last mascara, I have nothing else to compare it to, is the Slim Fixing. It has a straight brush, but it's also the thinnest brush. So if you want something teeny tiny and you prefer a straighter brush, I would check out this one. Now it gives me laying, to me very similar to the long curling one. Gives that beautiful curl. It's very natural looking, even with 2 coats. I feel like for this one, it just depends on the brush type you prefer. All these mascaras are super proof, so they're waterproof. But the one negative, and the only negative, is that they are very hard to remove. A micellar water is not going to work. Your typical cleanser, whether it's foam or gel, not going to work. I've tried so many different things, guys. But what will work is a cleansing balm, a cleansing oil. Just be, you know, really gentle around this area. And I found if you want a specific product is the Neutrogena one, the blue bottle with the white top. If they still sell it, I'll have it linked down below. So over the weekend for Thanksgiving, I was using that cleansing balm. It's not my day-to-day cleansing balm, but it works so well because sometimes I have to use a cleansing balm twice for this particular mascara to really get it off. But that one, I only had to do it once and it was amazing. So although that is the main negative for everyone, just know there are products that will effectively remove them. So I recommend that one. Be forewarned, that specific cleansing balm does have fragrance and sometimes it could be just a little too much for my eyes, but if fragrance doesn't bother you, go for that one. Oh, this is what I was going to mention. Again, the whole Thanksgiving thing. I was cooking and cleaning and you know, all of the smells and it just gets like hot and stuffy in the kitchen. This stayed put. And I was wearing specifically, if you want to know, the Sleek Volume one. Did not even budge. It was phenomenal. And I also wore this when I was at the hospital a few months ago and I was crying. Didn't budge, stayed put. And I only had mascara on. That was the one thing that looked the exact same when I first applied it. Everything else, gone. So if this mascara can get me through cleaning, cooking, hospital visits, it truly can do it all. I can't believe I bought all the Clio mascaras. I'm definitely addicted. Most of them worked out. I hope this video was helpful. Please let me know down below if I haven't tried your favorite mascara. It could be high-end, it could be drugstore, it could be an Asian brand, it could be an American brand. Let me know down below. I would love to try it out. I still want to do a video and maybe it can be more dedicated to you guys, to my subscribers, on like what you guys love with each category. I think that would be so much fun. And you guys know mascara and eyeliner are my 2 products that I am the pickiest with. If you enjoy these comparison videos, make sure to like it, subscribe to this channel for more fashion and beauty content. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye!